Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. That's right, I homeschool, I'm Mrs. T. Today we are going to be talking about kind of just updates, how it's been going, what our summer plans are going to be looking like. Are we wrapping up our school year? Everybody seems to be wrapping up their school year right now, and I want to talk about it because truth to tell, we're just not there. We're not at that point in our homeschooling journey yet. So let's go ahead and just lay it all out there. All right, so recap. We have a preschooler who will be starting kindergarten next year, and we have a toddler who will be starting preschool next year, officially. And my current preschooler, upcoming kindergartner, has been doing homeschooling since May of last year. Very, I would say, off and on. It was an extremely hard adjustment. We definitely had a hard time finding a rhythm that worked for us. But I would say starting around fall, we did find a rhythm where we came up with a baseline of subjects. We had handwriting, math, and phonics as our baseline. And we do get to those most of the time, most days. And we spend about 10 minutes on each of those subjects. So we've made some great progress through our curriculum. We've found some really great resources, but we're still using pre-K level things. So right now, we're going to kind of go through those different subjects that we have for our baseline. So we're going to go ahead and start with math. We have two primary resources that we're using, and the first one is for mathematical reasoning. This is level A, and that's their kindergarten level. It is going really well. We really like it. Now, the beginning levels 1 and 2 had less writing, so we kind of flew through those together. We sat on the couch. And level A has more writing. I didn't want to overwhelm my child with too much writing, especially because we're already doing additional writing. So we only take one of those pages out. I have it laminated, and we do front and back one page with like a dry erase marker. And that's it per math day. At this rate though, we will not be finishing this in summer. So we are just going to keep moving forward, business as usual with this mathematical reasoning program. Now, the other program that we're currently using, this is more of our main program, is Math U.C. Primer. We are just about to start lesson 12, and at the rate that we're going, I do foresee us actually finishing this during our summer. Now, when we do, we're just going to hop into what our kindergarten math plan is, which is Schiller Learning Math at Home. And we already know what we're going to do. We have this lined up. We have everything we need for it. So we'll just hop into this program, which was what our next plan was for my upcoming kindergartner. Now, reading, we just started a new reading program. So we are on All About Reading Level 1. And oh my goodness, let's just talk about phonics. My kid is doing so well. He is 4.5, and it's incredible. He's reading through Bob books. We read them every night. We also have a number of scholastic books that we read very often, and he's doing really well. It's just going much better than I ever envisioned teaching a child to read would go. But this program, we're really enjoying it, and we definitely will not finish this during the summer, but we are going to continue making our way through this program. At this point in time, I'm still, like I said, doing time blocks. So we only do it for about 10 minutes, and we'll do a mix of All About Reading and early reader practice in that 10-minute time. So the 10-minute time has been really great for my child at this age. Now, the last subject that has been our baseline is handwriting. And we haven't been using a handwriting program yet. We've been mostly doing handwriting practice, and we've been doing it through the Explode the Code Primer series. So right now we're on book C, and we will definitely be finishing this near the beginning of summer. So during the kindergarten year, we will be doing Explode the Code level A or level 1, and we will be starting an official handwriting program. So we are going to be doing Getty to Bag. But I didn't want us to start that immediately. I thought we needed a little bit more refinement practice before we go into an official handwriting program. So I did get this one. This is Writing for Learning series, handwriting, and this is focusing on refining and breaking down just manuscript writing. So we will probably do, after Explode the Code C, we will work on one letter page a day. And then once we finish this, then I feel like at that point we can move into our kindergarten, which is that combination of both handwriting and Explode the Code for writing practice. Cost-wise, it wasn't too bad. So I won't be laminating this, we won't be reusing it, but we're gonna be doing we're just gonna be doing this book. I think this will be pretty good. Now, we have pretty inconsistently pulled in a number of different resources in the past year. Recently we started doing some science. We did Real Science Odyssey, Life. We've done some What Your Preschooler Needs to Know. We've done some of Core Knowledge's social studies units for kindergarten, the first one. Build Your Library. We worked a little bit through a number of different workbooks. We had some Evan Moore STEAM and STEM exercises that we've done. We've started a lot, and I feel like we can't finish it all, and we shouldn't push ourselves simply to finish a curriculum. That being said, there is something that we really do enjoy that we've been kind of off and on pulling from for the whole year that I want to start making a baseline. And so during the summer, until we're ready to start kindergarten, this is going to become a new baseline for us. And that is Build Your Library Around the World Level 0. I do want to try to do at least 1 day worth of Build Your Library each day and start making that a 4th time baseline. And the reason why I decided to do this one rather than like science or social studies, although we love the curriculum that we have been using, is simply we really are enjoying this. And this lays it out really day by day. And I thought that it'd be really good practice for me because come the kindergarten year, we're going to be using a lot more and we are going to have more structure. It's going to be less time blocked, and there is going to be a mix of time block and this kind of curriculum. So I decided that I wanted us to start practicing, getting our feet wet with this over the summer. So that way we are setting ourselves up for success with our kindergarten year. Now, the other thing that I already kind of mentioned is we started What Your Preschooler Needs to Know a long time ago, and we are on the end of activity book 1. But I had previously purchased activity book 2. Now, my kid loves these activity books so much, you guys, and I don't know why I don't prioritize this, but actually I take it back. I do know why. I don't prioritize this because I wasn't considering this the must get done, our baseline, and I'm still not going to consider this a baseline. However, my kid really likes it, and I decided to keep it out. So now the activity book is going to be at his level, along with another activity book he really loves. He likes this Brain Quest summer book. So I started keeping these a little bit lower, and occasionally when I need 5 minutes or something like that and he wants some interaction, what I've started doing is saying, hey, why don't you go pick one of those activity books for you to do, and mommy will be right there. Pick which page you want to do, and I'll be right over there. And it gives me a couple of minutes, and he can pick, and he gets so excited. So we've started kind of allowing him to drive those. So I have a feeling we'll move through those a little bit more consistently, just because he'll be, grabbing onto it himself. But we do really, really like this Core Knowledge. This one is just, it's so good. It's so good. And I always forget about it just because I'm so wrapped up in everything else, but it is really, really good. All right, and then the last thing that I just wanted to point out, this one here. I got this from a book outlet haul. This is Curious George Adventures in Learning for pre-K, ages 4 to 5. It's at the perfect level for my child right now. Basically what you do is you read a story about Curious George, and then you have a number of activities that follow up after that. And I think this is another one that I'm just going to bring out so we can see, and if we get to it, great. If we don't, well, I hope that we do. But that's that. So anyway, kind of just shifting. So as you can see, we are working through things. We have our plans, what is our next step? I'll be honest, you guys, we have been, like I said, homeschooling this child since May of last year. It's been a full year, not just a school year, it's been a year. And we're not really ready to take a pause. And the reason for that is that we've had some kind of unexpected pauses throughout the year. For example, this past 2 months, we were hit with a huge schedule of commitments. So we have been doing swimming with my child, go swimming once a week, both of them do. And they have been doing that since autumn of last year, and that's great. We absolutely love it. My child is like thriving in the water. He's a little fish, and that's been going well. But recently he asked a couple months ago to do piano, and we've been doing music lessons at home, which a huge shout out for Prodigy's music lessons. We do that all the time still, not at like a regularly scheduled interval, but we do it all the time, and my kid has learned so much music through it and has gained such a passion for music through this program. And he asked to do piano beyond what was just in this program. He wanted to do it with somebody who can teach him. So we found a piano instructor. We were on the wait list, and then it popped up and she had availability, and we didn't want to miss our opportunity. So we snatched a spot, which was great. But then on top of that, we also had soccer. So when we signed up for soccer, the schedule wasn't released, and I thought it would be like one practice and one game, but boy, it was like 2 practices a week plus a game, and the practices and the games were all an hour. It took 15 minutes to drive there, 15 minutes to get back. It took 30 minutes to get ready with our stuff on, and it was just such a time suck. So we ended up like putting the brakes on a lot of our curriculum during those soccer days because it was so mentally draining for all of us. It was just too much of a commitment on top of swim and piano. But soccer's now done, so we are back in our routine of doing our baseline every single day. But that was an unexpected, month and a half where we were doing half the amount of work. And, it was kind of a break from that school, like a natural break anyway. So we're ready to keep going. So we are not going to be officially ending our preschool year at this point in time. We're just going to keep going through with this student. So one thing I want to mention are now our summer specific plans. So we have a couple of family trips coming up. We're going camping. We're going to go visit some family in the summer. We have people coming to visit us, and that's going to be really nice. Just typical summer things, a lot of outdoor things kind of planned. But one thing I'm really, really excited about is night school. My children are really into knights and castles and dragons and fairy tales. And so I am working to create a night school. It's going to be a week long where we're going to pause kind of our other studies, and we are going to be training to be a knight. And this is one of the resources of many that we will be doing. And I'll post a video specifically about night school, but we're going to be making our own shields. We're going to go jousting, not against each other, but in a little hoop. We are going to do all sorts of things. And then this particular workbook has you learn about castles, you build your own little 3D model. It's like a mix of like workbook and activities. I like this one here. You're going to be designing your own armor and coming up with your knight name. And I'm just really excited. This is going to be really fun. It's unique, and we're going to take about 4 to 5 days to like do our night school, which I thought would be really fun. It's going to be filled with crafts, activities, and a lot of reading and things like that. But night school is coming up, so that is really, really exciting. And then what else? Oh yes, and then my child is also doing for 4 days in the summer. He is doing a local like summer camp. It's not a full day, it's just a part day where they'll be doing things like Pokemon, and then there's another session where he's doing things about trains. So he's going to be playing with kids his own age and doing crafts and things like that for a couple of hours away from home for the duration of like four days. So that is basically, those are our summer plans. That's what we're doing school-wise, and it's just going really well, you guys. It's going really, really well. If there are any kind of videos that you're interested in knowing about preschool or what we're doing in summer, please comment down below. I'm happy to post content that you're interested in, and I will talk to you guys soon. Happy homeschooling. Bye, everybody.